It's good, YouTube. You know who it is. It's your boy Neon Diamond 11 back again talking about Degrassi Next Class Season 3 Episode 9 hashtag woke. I know I haven't uploaded in a few days. I apologize, but now I'm back in the swing of things. And so let's start off with Zoe. Pretty much she's looking at this, purpley girly dress for her mom's wedding, and she's really not feeling it. And she, talks to Rasha about it, and they end up kissing, and they almost get caught again. This is like the second or third time that they've almost been caught. I'm like, they really aren't trying that hard. And even, Zoe makes, or Rasha makes a comment saying, they're pretty high at hiding things. So I think, you talk about wedding stuff, and I think Rasha mentions how Goldie might be cool with it with Zoe, but, like her being Muslim and her parents might kick her out. With that, with that being said, she invites Rasha to the wedding, and they're excited about that. And later she's talking to her mom and she tries to invite Rasha, and her mom says no, and then her mom pretty much says, you don't want to come out to the family, and Zoe's like, why? And she's like, because you're not gay. And she's pretty much saying you're you're going through a phase, you're confused. And so Zoe's like, wait, so mom, you've seen me kiss a girl. And so her mom is like, well, I've seen you kiss a bunch of boys too. Um, I guess that's a fair counter argument. I don't know. So later, Zoe sees this tux outside, and after she sees like a gay couple, and I think they judge her with the dress she's wearing, so she's like, "This isn't me." So she wears a tux, says hi to her mom, expects her mom to like, rant at her, but she doesn't. So Zoe and Rasha dance, they talk, and then they kiss, and then now is when her mom gets mad. She walks over, she's really upset. She says, Zoe, what are you doing? She's like, I'm with my girlfriend, I'm kissing my girlfriend. She's pretty much like, stop. Zoe's like, no. And Rasha, you can tell Rasha's very uncomfortable. And so, pretty much her mom's about to make a scene. The guy she just married is like, Zoe, I think you should leave. And so Rasha and Zoe leave. But Rasha gets mad because she's saying, your mom didn't want me there. And pretty much Rasha like felt like used in a way, like, she wanted to feel welcome, and I think she mentioned a story about when she was in Syria, and her mom or her aunt called the cops on her because she thought she was gay or something like that. And so Rasha's upset, and she leaves Zoe and to herself. Then at the dot, Zoe's like crying and talks to Grace, and Grace mentions that her mom says she can stay with her. So I don't know if I missed it, but I think Zoe got kicked out, which is pretty harsh. I mean, yeah, I know her mom was Catholic, and they don't really believe in homosexuals, but still pretty messed up. But yeah, so let's go with the next storyline. It's Frankie trying to make plans with Hunter. Something about yoga lattes. Not sure what that's about because obviously Shay will be busy with Tiny, and then Lola has a play. So pretty much Frankie is by herself, and what better way to spend some, uh, your weekend without hanging out with your sibling and spending some good old sibling time. And so pretty much they're talking about a break because Hunter says he thinks he and Yella on a break, and he's like, well, how would you react if you saw them in the hallway? And she's like, I'm not really sure. And then Jonah like pops up and says hi, and then she like takes a second to like compose herself, which is really funny. And she's like, "Hey, Jonah," and she like uses like this weird voice and like tries to act all cool, and it's pretty hilarious. So later, um, Hunter is on face range talking to Yale, and something Frankie's reading like some relationship book, and I think she's like, yeah, this is a really good book. But Hunter leaves, and then she gets on his face range, and then I think Yale mentions the boner, and then Frankie thinks it's funny, so she pretty much uses like the tips from the book. And at the end, he says, "Because I love you," and she's like, "Seriously?" And then it was kind of weird. So later, Frankie's talking to Miles. Hunter swoops into the room, steals her phone. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm texting Jonah." Uh, he texted, "You look pretty. I love you." And so pretty much he's pissed off that he messaged Frankie messaged Dale, and she's like, "Well, it worked, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, because you said I loved her." And she's like, "It's true, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, but doesn't mean I was ready to tell her." So she goes to Miles for like a Hail Mary, like, "Please, please." And so, but yeah, Hunter ends up sending the text, and so that really sucks. So he texts Jonah. I think Miles mentions that he's at the Reva's wedding, so um, Frankie goes there, decides to swoop on in, talk to Jonah, and she's like, "You didn't read your text, did you?" He's like, "No, I haven't read it all day." He's like, "Great, because I have to delete something," and then he looks at the text, and yeah. And she's like, "Hunter said it," and he's like, "Oh, really? I always thought we had a good connection." That was pretty funny. Good old line, guy liner, even though I don't really fancy you. Although this episode, um, I really, I never thought I'd say was actually on guy liner's side um, because what he says at the end of the episode really makes sense. So he's pretty much like, "Yeah, I'll see you later. I'll call you later." And so at home, she logs on the computer. And she's like really stressed. She talks to Hunter, asks if she can test her phone because she's not sure if she's getting incoming calls, just to make sure, her nothing's going wrong with her phone. He brings flowers, and then she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You look pretty invested." And he sees, oh crap, Frankie is caught. First of all, why is there a laptop like right in the kitchen? But whatever. I mean, whatever, whatever. It was just kind of weird. So, um, that happened, and he's like, "How'd you get my face range?" He's like, "I don't even care." And then he pretty much says like, "All year, yeah, you've second guessed me, and I've liked you enough to give it a pass." And he says, "I'm done. And just to clarify, this isn't a break, this is a breakup," or something like that. And I'm like, Frankie, like, literally, Frankie is like, I don't know, like, very insecure, very out there. I mean, I have been on her side for sometimes, but I feel like this is inexcusable. I mean, especially that he said he would call you. And yeah, that sucks. So they're officially done. What do you guys think about Jonah and Frankie? Officially done. Officially done. This is huge. I mean, Frankie has been like really stressed out with Guyliner, so it's pretty crazy to see how this whole thing will unfold. So the last thing, the storyline is Hunter. Maya is talking about her vision of the bus standing out and like running in front of a bus or something or a car to the doctor. She's like, "Yeah, I was on WebMD." She thinks she has all these, symptoms of cancer, and the doc says that she's depressed. Maya mentions that I was depressed before, and I don't feel sad. And doctor's like, depression takes many forms, but it's still a serious disease. And she's like, "Yeah, but you guys said I." Pretty much, she was upset that because she thought that her her depression was gone, but pretty much she says it's like a battle you keep on fighting. And so later, her mom is talking with her, and she's pretty much using a book to try and like help her, um, help get to deep see the issue with Maya and kind of like have Maya speak about her issues, and then Maya gets upset, gets angry. She's like, "You hate me, don't you?" And she's pretty much like showing like erratic behavior, and so she throws a book and breaks a mirror, which is um, I believe Maya's mother's grandma's mirror or Maya's some grandmother, I don't know. So later, I think the next day or something, Maya overhears her mom talking to someone, and it's Katie Matlin. Ooh, yeah. So we've seen an alumni this season, Katie Matlin, and so yeah. So um, Maya tries to walk away. She creaks, and then Katie talks to her. They kind of talk. Maya brushes her off, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." Katie's like, "I'll come with." She's like, "Maybe later, maybe later." So Maya goes to the dock, gets money from the ATM, a lot of money. And when I saw this, I thought she was like running away because we've seen people like run away on Degrassi before. At least I feel like I don't know, like for some reason, maybe I'm thinking about some other show, but well, she gets all the money, immediately thinks she's about to like run away. And so Esme says, "Oh, that's a lot of money. Taking a trip or vacation?" She's like, "Something like that." She tells Esme to take care of Zig. Esme nods or whatever. She's like, "Okay." Kind of weird, but whatever. And so next scene, Maya sets up a movie night with a whole bunch of candy and movies, and pretty much she says, "I'm sorry that I'm a burden, but I have a plan." And when she said I have a plan, that really stuck to me. And her mom says, "I can't wait to hear it." And Maya smiles. So um, when she says that she paid for the mirror, I'm like, "Oh, that was a weird twist." So because I thought she took all the money to, run away somewhere. And so when that happens, I'm like, "Oh." So I think things are gonna get better. No, things are not gonna get better because when she says I have a plan, I kind of thought it could have went two ways. A, she really had a plan, or B, her plan is not good. And as we go with the episode, obviously they have a fun movie night. Um, Katie is tired, the mom is tired. They all have a great time watching movies, just hanging out. They all have matching PJs, which is cool. Um, some much needed family time. And so Maya says she has to brush or floss. She goes upstairs, and when I see the scene, uh, my heart drops because I'm like, no, like, so she's getting all these sleeping pills, or I don't know if they're sleeping pills, but they're a whole bunch of medications, and pretty much she has like a whole bunch of them in like some little can, a little tin can or whatever, the tin thing you use for like mints, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. It's been a while since I've had mints. Anyways, that's not important. Pretty much she gets all these pills together, like a lot of pills, like different pills, a mixture of different pills, and when her sister comes in, she talks, and then when she hugs her sister and we hear the rattling, I'm thinking Katie's gonna hear it and like take it, but she doesn't hear the pills, and I'm like, crap. So they hug, and Maya looks at peace, and it's like I'm like, no, no, no. So I'm really hoping this doesn't go down the way I think. I mean, it's just really I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, man, I really thought Maya would get better, but now I'm just like, this isn't gonna be good. So that's pretty much the episode. Quick recap today. I think I'm gonna do double upload because I don't think I can wait till like the next day or a few days to watch like the finale. So look out for that. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been your boy Neon Diamond 101. Peace.